have gathered you all here today to celebrate the lives of these great people: Alphonse Frankenstein, William Frankenstein, Elizabeth Lavenza, Caroline Frankenstein, Henry Clerval, Justine Moritz, and Monsieur Beaufort. First, I'd like to invite Ernest Frankenstein to come say a few words. Ernest, it's all yours.
First, I'm here today to talk about Alphonse Frankenstein. He was my beloved father, who after my mother Caroline died, raised my two brothers, Elizabeth and I, single-handedly. He was a great father and will never be forgotten. Before my father raised us single-handedly, my mother, Caroline, was there to help. My mother died to scarlet fever when I was 10, so I never got to spend as much time as Victor did, for he was 17. Caroline was a beloved mother, not just to me, but also William. William's death has especially shaken me, as I feel it is my fault for not finding him before the murder. He died at such a young age, and so suddenly that even the empathetic and ever-helping Clerval couldn't provide my family with any comfort, which brings me to Henry Clerval, Victor's best friend, which I have known almost my whole life. I cannot imagine my life without Henry Clerval, providing my family with help whenever he could, especially when Victor was ill down in Ingolstadt. He sent us letters very frequently on his progress.
Very touching words, Ernest. Robert Walton will be the last one to come speak about these people. Please come up.
First, I'd like to talk about Victor Frankenstein. I prolonged his life long enough to hear his tale of misery. Victor was my only friend on the ship, hundreds of miles from any civilization. In Victor's tales, he mentioned his cousin Elizabeth several times, who by the end I love as though she was my own cousin. According to Victor, Elizabeth Lavenza was a gentle spirit of nature who always looked on the bright side of situations, even though it looked like things could get worse. She was unfairly murdered at her and Victor's wedding day by the monster created by Victor Frankenstein. Elizabeth was in great despair when her best friend Justine Moritz was unfairly given the death penalty for a crime she didn't commit. Justine was a sweet soul that her accusers made her believe that she indeed committed the crime. She confessed so that her soul would not burn in hell. She is the one who tenderly cared for Caroline before her brutal death of scarlet fever. The last person I'd like to talk about is Beaufort, who was not only a father to Caroline, but also a dear friend to the father of Victor. I'm upset that he died, but if he hadn't, I never would have met Victor because his parents would have never married.
Thank you for these touching sentences. We have items from the deceased people's lives. Feel free to walk around the room to look at them and read the descriptions that explain what the items were used for. Thank you for attending this memorial service.